what's up? It's your main man, Kieris.
It's your guy, Aaron.
And I'm Toshoama.
And you're not tuning to On the Couch. Hey, man, so we back, episode 4 On the Couch podcast. We going strong.
Episode 4.
Shout out to all the couch potatoes and the sponsors that's rolling with us so far. You did?
We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. Coming off a cool weekend in the city of Columbus. Forest Road Day.
We had that Forest Road Day, man. It was rocking and rolling,
cool.
man. Ain't nothing bad happening, nothing like that, man.
Beautiful.
Shout out to everybody who put that thing going for. Shout out to Big Migo Band, man, for making it happen with him and his team, man.
Yeah.
That was special.
Definitely, man. That's kosher, man. So we're gonna get into, before we get into our trending topics today, we're gonna play elimination again. So what's today's concept?
Yeah, so we're gonna play elimination. This is movie edition.
Alright.
So we got 4 movies and we're gonna pick which one gotta go.
Okay.
So Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Men's to Society.
Men's to Society.
Okay.
Higher Learning. And Juice.
Juice. High Learning, Boys in the Hood, Men's to Society.
And Juice.
And Juice.
Okay.
Alright, so what's the first one off the board for everybody? I'm gonna go ahead and say
We're gonna leave it on the board, and the one we don't like, we're gonna pull them off. We're gonna discuss those.
the ones we don't like, so leave and staying on the board.
Yeah.
Which ones are safe?
Okay, which ones are safe?
Okay.
And then we're gonna pull them. The ones we don't like, we're gonna discuss
They're
those.
getting on the chopping block. Alright, I got
Chop,
it.
chop.
Alright, so
Chop us out.
So Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, I'm gonna say
I
that.
say boys, they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Huh?
I would say Boys in the Hood.
Safe.
Safe.
Alright,
Yeah,
okay,
Boys in
okay.
the Hood safe for me too. We got a lot of good messages in that one.
Definitely.
Alright, so that one's safe because you got the iconic scene when Ricky get hit with the thing. That jump was crazy, and then if you
man.
take that one off, you don't have none of the memes.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Silly.
You don't got nothing to mean, man. Ricky got 5
Of course,
of them,
it had a bigger message than that, but it's safe. Boys in the Hood is safe.
Boys in the
Alright,
Hood.
so what's next? What we got?
Men's to Society.
Menace to Society.
Safe.
Okay.
For me, it's safe.
Okay.
But you know what I mean, it's up y'all. To me, it's safe because there's so much stuff going on in the movie, man, that I can relate to, man. It just touch home. I understand.
So check this out. So I'm gonna say this real quick. So we got Boys in the Hood, High Learning, and Menace. We took Boys in the Hood out. So we got Menace to Society, High Learning, and Juice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I rewatched all the movies over the weekend or whatever. So I saw that I had to we had to nitpick these movies because these are cult classics and they really good films. Mm-hmm. So what I've came to find out is that Juice and Mental Society is kind of almost the same movie, except for Mental Society is a whole lot more gangster, and Juice is more so of just like teenagers just getting into trouble, whatever. But it's still kind of the same concept of the same movie. And so my thing was, okay, well, which was the better movie what movie was written better and directed better and put together, much better. And for me, it was Menace to Society. So I'm gonna have to put Juice on the chopping block with
Yeah, Juice.
So Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society is safe with me. What you say?
I'm a chop style Juice too. Chop style.
I mean, Men's to Society. What?
Menace to Society?
Yeah. If we, like we said, we had to nitpick. So if you're going by the standards that you just named, for me, Higher Learning is safe, and it was going to be out of Juice and Menace to Society. And I'm going to say I enjoyed Juice better. Tupac was very passionate. Mm-hmm. But when I look at, when I compare the two, Menace to Society gave you more backstory. It gave you, at least Kane in his childhood, so he was able to see the reasons why he turned out the way he did. But with Bishop and his friends, there's no really backstory into their childhood, so you didn't really know. You were guessing about, what they had been through to get them to that point. So it was out of those two. And if you say which one was made better, like you said, Juice would probably be chopped.
Right. And then you think about it too. Also, when they came to the party, when I was walking into the party, I was rolling the dice or whatever. Kane, he gave the backstory of his friends, like O-Dog and
he did.
Sharif and you know what I'm saying. So he kind of it just was
Lulo.
Right. So they wait, was it A-Wax?
A-Wax, yeah, A-Wax.
I wanted to.
A-Weezy.
You know. So I mean,
Aaron.
at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying, and like I said, I feel like we had to nitpick, and Menace to Society was a better filmed movie.
Well put together.
Well
What
put
the
together,
message, you know, in totality was.
Don't be afraid to change me too.
So Juice for you too, you said, Bink? Aaron?
Yeah, Juice is good.
So it's okay. So we got one list. So now
not.
we picking it together. Juice against
Higher
Higher Learning.
Learning. I mean, and again, Higher Learning had tons and tons, you know, of messages in that. They went from the main character needing to take accountability for himself.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about sexual assault, sexual orientation,
Right.
racism,
classism,
being socially awkward, and how, you know, that could affect you. Being manipulated when somebody does accept you, you can be accepted into something that you probably shouldn't be accepted in, and cause a catastrophe. But
self-identity. That's what it was. He hadn't built
right
or gained his own self-identity. When we're talking about what is his name? What's Remy? His name was Remy.
Yeah.
And he didn't necessarily have his own identities, which means he was just out of place pretty much everywhere he went, and he got accepted into the white supremacist group, and he wanted to belong so bad that he was willing to do anything, and he ruined himself by doing something that he actually regretted at that last moment. He was like, he was sorry, he was crying,
all he wanted to do was
couldn't
be
even
an
stand
engineer.
on it. Right, so
Me personally, you know what I mean? And I just don't resonate with that movie at all. I try to live firm on doing stuff that doing something that I'm gonna regret 10, 12 years, like tomorrow, any other. So I'm gonna stand firm on.
All right, so
I just don't.
Let me ask you this: so
it was a good movie.
So it's Juice. So it's Juice against Higher Learning. So can you relate to Juice?
Definitely relate to Juice.
I got you.
I relate to Juice because it was about being like different friends at different places of their life, like
transition,
the transition, and we all have been like that. I done been friends where this particular friend was thinking different than how I was. You know what I mean? Just different places. I just can I can relate to Juice better than Higher Learning, but Men's Society is King of Kings, dog.
Right. So what we saying? What about you? Can you so we picking Juice and Higher Learning?
I mean, I would say Higher Learner definitely relate to, because there's so many different messages in the movie. I can relate to it. Right. And then if we were talking about how well the movies were made and how much backstory did you get the full understanding of the characters and things like that, I would say Higher Learning won out over Juice. But I actually enjoyed Juice. To me.
Okay, so we gonna have
we nitpicking. So I would say I'm putting Juice on the chopping block only because of that criteria, but I enjoyed the movie.
So out of Higher Learning and Juice, it's Juice for you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
We should have put Dr. Doolittle or something on here. So
This is tough.
And real talk, for me, Juice was a dope movie, but I mean, I could live without it because at the end of the day, of course it had Tupac in it. Tupac went on to do a few more movies or whatever, so that ain't the only movie that Pac is in, and he is a phenomenal actor. He did very well in that movie, but as compared to really the rest of the actors, it was subpar. You understand what I'm saying? The rest of the actors compared to Tupac and his character, how he did it was, I would say, subpar. Maybe I go back and keep watching, maybe I see some other things, but from the first couple of viewings, so Juice can go for me. So that's what we say. What y'all say?
Y'all just let us know in the comment. So Juice gonna go with him. You know what? We're gonna put Juice. Juice ain't gonna make it. Juice gotta go.
Sorry.
Juice got eliminated on
She wanna keep that Juice in there, but hey,
it got eliminated. I like Juice. I'm gonna say that. But it got eliminated based on we criteria. Had to nitpick the criteria. So.
Right. All right, so.
And shout out to rest in peace John Singleton. He actually directed Juice and
Menace to Society.
Wait, no. He actually directed Boys in the Hood and Higher Learning.
Yeah, he did Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning. I think the Hughes brothers did Menace to Society.
Right.
Okay, who did Juice? Because I don't remember.
I'm not sure who did Juice.
Yeah.
But I know it wasn't John Singleton, so I want to say rest in peace to him. So.
Yeah, man.
All right, well.
We need to get some more movies like that going though. What do we got any like up to date movies that's kind of resonate like that with that hit on them topics and show that realness? We're gonna have to get back. Somebody y'all leave us some movie suggestions in the comment Fresh.
Fresh was made. I think Fresh was made in the 90s.
What about
like in the 2000s or something?
Right. Key and Peele guy? He makes movies that makes you think about
Us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's.
I didn't see it. We didn't see Us yet.
You seen Us?
No, I definitely ain't seen it.
But what was the other one?
Get Out.
Get Out. Like those
either.
are more up to date movies that'll make you think.
Hey,
You know.
Get Out had me tripping.
Yeah.
Man.
But he's one that's doing it in today's time. I would say.
Right.
They switching folk noggins out, but yeah, that's a different story. That's crazy, man.
All right, so y'all give us some y'all let us know who what movie would y'all leave and what movie got to go out of that those four. Now we like to see what y'all say, what y'all reasons are. You know what I mean? But that's it. That's the elimination. Next week, I don't know what the elimination game gonna be about, but we gonna definitely. So y'all wanna get into these trending topics real quick.
Yep.
Alright, bet. What you got? What you got?
I can talk. I want to talk about Sierra and Russell, and then Future. Yeah. So Russell Wilson recently did an interview where they were saying he shaded Future about inconsistently paying his child support. And so the quote in an interview was, Sierra and her ex constantly argue because he's not consistent and can go months without even paying. I can provide for my family without his little coins. I'm sure he needs the money more than we do. He's got other kids in need. No need for him to extend himself because we are set for generations ahead of us.
But Russell said that?
Russell said that. So
he said those little coins.
He did.
My auntie talked like that.
So I'm saying
he's chatty patty and that. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut y'all. Like my auntie talk about her coins. I gotta get my coins.
I'm gonna say, like, so do y'all think that was shady? It was kind of shady. I mean, just a little bit, but at the same time, I feel like he was protecting his wife. He didn't like, seeing something affect her that he can't really do anything about. So I think he was just making a statement with feelings towards his wife. Also, Future has said like quite a few things as far as Russell, and he hasn't really responded. But I'm also say that I don't like that Future gets bullied either.
I was gonna say,
if anything happens with Sierra and Russell, everybody immediately say, Future's out there crying. He finna do this, or he upset, and things like that. So I don't like that. I don't like that they bullying, period. Right. So like, if anything happens good with them, yes, that's them, that's good. People don't have to like pick at him about it.
What you got? What
you think about it?
You look like you discussed it, right?
Let me tell y'all something, man. I not said this before I told folks this, and I believe it. Let me tell y'all something, man. Believe it or not, Sierra missed Future.
You say so?
Let me tell y'all something, man. She missed Future. Don't let me tell y'all something, man. She missed that man. Period. Anywho, and another thing too, man.
Go ahead.
I have got to speak.
Go ahead. I mean, y'all. This is a breakdown. She missed Future because she keep picking at him.
She did.
She's picking at him.
How so?
And the media is picking up on to make it a good story. I personally feel like her PR team, right? It's just great at whatever they doing, bro. Because it ain't no way, bro. He just that bad of a father, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to pick him. They're picking at him as if they're perfect. You see what I'm saying? First and foremost, right? This is how I feel, right? Okay. Starting back, we're gonna start back with the when Russell Wilson had that. That's his wife and all this and that, and woo. What goes on between Russell Wilson and what goes on between Sierra and Future about their child is about their child. That's period. You know what I mean? That's period. Because what if his girlfriend decides she want to speak to Sierra about the way Future? She ain't got no place.
Oh, I said
that's her husband or not.
I definitely said that it was a little shady, But like we said, so what about when Future he directly said stuff about them too? Like he do shady stuff. He say he say things about them that he shouldn't. That could show, oh, he still miss Sierra, like you said, she still miss him.
But why TMZ ain't go over there and make a big story about it when Future did it? Why they didn't go over there and interview Future about it? Then? Why did they interview Russell Wilson about it?
When they interview Future, he said stuff. He said, he do whatever she say and stuff like that.
As much, I'm talking about as much as
I don't like that the media bullies him, but I don't think that.
Hey, you know,
I don't think it had anything to do with Missy.
I don't know, man. It's wild.
Yeah, baby.
Because it's a complex situation because you want to sometimes you just want to lean either way. You get what I'm saying? Because
women gonna lean toward the way see it. To me, and these are not. No, I'm not saying that though. But the first thing that people say, well, that's his wife.
Yeah.
That's his wife. Yeah, you're right. That's his wife. That's Future baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
What that mean?
So he get the right to talk to his baby mama. They get to talk. He can talk to his baby mama, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just saying though. You know, so he ain't supposed to disrespect. Not disrespect. You're not supposed to do nothing like that though. You know what I mean? But I just feel like Russell shouldn't be in public, making statements about stuff like that. If he not saying, if I ain't read nothing that Future said something about Russell Wilson.
Oh, I done read plenty of that.
About no money or nothing like that though. You talking about some making child support,
what did he say about Russell? Did he say he'll do anything that
Sierra say and things like that.
Do y'all believe that's right though? I mean, I'm saying if Russell say that though, is that like what kind of? I mean, I don't know. So Future said that Russell Wilson do anything she say. Right?
Yeah.
Like a lapdog.
But to me, that's not on him to comment about their marriage. He shouldn't have even spoke about their marriage at all. If we talking about who come in on who, they asked Russ Wilson.
I'm saying, did they ask Future that question? And he gave a response.
I don't think they asked him.
So out the blue, he was just talking about. I got coming and Sierra does whatever. And Russell Wilson does.
Russell didn't do it out of the blue either.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what. So it's not saying you can't say that. If Future is he's not being picked on, he's not being right. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. You just can't say that he's asking the question. Then that's how it has to be on both sides.
I just don't feel like either one needs to be. Nobody is right. I don't think Future is right for the things that he says, and if Sierra and Wilson say something about him publicly, I don't think that's right. I don't think Future gets a pass, but I don't like that people pick on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Sierra and Future, you know what I'm saying, it's a lesson. They experienced each other as people mostly do, and they become better people, or should. It's a learning lesson. They had to. When people say, oh, Sierra, what kind of prayer or whatever that you did to get Russell, Future was a part of her journey, period. Oh. And, depending on the situation or how they were together, sometimes people are a mirror to you for you to look at yourself. How toxic am I? How self-sabotaging am I? Just for you to, a light bulb to say, I need to correct these things about myself in order to get what I want. So it's not like, and they both, like Sierra could have been just as whatever happened in their relationship. It's a mirror. So they're apart now and have moved on, so people really don't need to badger Future.
At all, right? And Future don't need to badger her, right?
And Future don't need to.
So they got nothing to do with Russell. Russell don't need to be speaking.
At all, bro. I'm not talking to you. And then one more thing, though, bro. And I just want to say this. I want to say this, she wanted to change her son's name.
To what?
To Russell Wilson.
No, she did.
I don't think that was
That's TMZ. So I just want y'all to know, what about that, though?
I'm going to tell you something.
And that's wrong. If that's correct, that's wrong.
Oh, that TMZ did a story on that, though.
That was real, though?
I'm guessing.
Whoa! I think I'm going to go and look at this.
You know what I mean? Like I said, she's trying to get his attention.
I'll be upside.
You know what I'm saying?
You going
corny, man. I didn't want you like, bro. For real.
That's
Russell. Come on, man. Russell Jr. and that's Future son. Come on, y'all trip. Okay. All right. Go ahead. These are just your biased opinions, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Future music like that either, though, but it's all good. And that's two, right?
And
her track, that's what I'm saying, bro, man. And
so you thinking that maybe you said grooming or what you say, like a manipulation type.
She's not. I wouldn't say manipulation because that's too hard of a word. That's too harsh of a word because you can hit off that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it seem like I'm just heating at it, but from the old, because
Russell is a different type of dude that she have been
right?
used to.
Right, you know what I mean?
But what you were saying is that the type of guy that he is, he's basically, she's molding him into the man that she want him to be, or something like that.
She just manipulating every situation. And I feel like this too. If Russell Wilson keeps seeing her heating at Future about everything, he like, you want me to say? I say something. Let me say something. No, I don't want to do this because we just gonna put X, Y, and Z and let the puppet fall like this, and then TMZ gonna run on over here and make it seem like, yeah, baby, for the world, baby. Bro, we know you love her, bro. You know what I'm saying? We understand all that, though, bro. But that don't mean Russell don't like. That don't mean Future don't like his kid, bro. And that's just that. But I just feel like reason why Russell might have said in that last interview because he's like, I don't want you talking about him no more. I don't want you interviewing, saying nothing else about him. No. I'm going to say something about him. He's not doing what he's supposed to do for my wife. My wife feel like he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that's a problem. Right? So he's trying to take the initiative, but that's not him. That ain't Russell. And that may be Russell Wilson. But I just feel like her last, and there's no, you know what I'm saying, you do what you want to, we all grown though, but I just feel like Russell Wilson, she chose Russell Wilson because he's different from the last year, which is great. He's supposed to do that though, right? Because I just feel like she couldn't control Future. She couldn't change Future, even though I'm pretty sure they all try to change you in a certain type of way. But she probably couldn't change Future in the way she did 50 Cent, Bow Wow, or anybody else. She just couldn't change him to what she wanted to be, so she got with the dude
that she could change,
that she can manipulate into, and it just out puppet master status. You know what I mean?
So what I'm gonna say about that is, so you know how I said you get into relationships with certain people, and they show you certain things about yourself that you need to change. Right. So I would say, as we said, like a lot of times you get into a cycle. So if she wanted a certain type of relationship, but how you gonna continuously get a certain type of relationship if you going through the same things, you're doing the same things over and over again, if you're picking the same type of guys over and over again. So I feel like Future was the strongest example to make her really look at herself internally, even if she was being manipulative or self-sabotaging or whatever it was that she may have been doing. A mirror for her to look at and say, I need to change that. I need to change the type of person that I'm going after. And then here comes now Russell Wilson. Yeah, that's probably better suited for her.
Okay, so you saying, and I guess that makes sense.
It's like a learning.
So it's attraction.
So you feel like, okay, so Binky, what you were saying is that maybe she's still the same person, but she just found a different guy to manipulate. And you're saying that you can only way in order for you to probably even come across a guy in that stature or in that different mindset is to actually change what's within you.
Right.
Okay.
Because at the same time, Russell, I think, I'm pretty sure he's a smart guy. I feel like something had to be, she had to change herself a little bit to get him.
Or maybe a lot.
Or a lot.
We don't know, man.
Who went after who? Did he try to talk to her, or did she try to talk to him?
I don't know. It just all of a sudden, like, it popped up with them in the stroller. Her, Russell Wilson, he pushing the baby in the stroller.
Right.
So I don't know how it went.
So when they met, if they met like that, he went after her, and he like, hey, what's going on? That means whatever he's seen, he liked it. Period. I mean, coming off the breakup with Future, she hadn't changed herself yet right away, did they? Because they popped. So that means he. But then again, we're not even studying. I'm done because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, Sierra rock and roll. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just heating that Sierra, but some of it's picking because we all have been through folk being picked at. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's basically so what do y'all say about as far as Russell saying what he said towards Future, saying we don't need. So pretty much he said a lot more than that, but the main thing that was highlighted was that we don't need Future little coins, and that's coming off him signing that big contract or that big deal that he got.
Sliding.
So it was like we don't need Future little coins. We're like, bro.
Just like Matt Ryan, both of them.
I don't know. He played football, so I say with the Future, see him with them hands.
Hey, I don't know.
I don't think that was in good taste, But at the same time, Future has spoke on him a couple times, and he has not. So both are wrong.
Did it for him, though.
Like Future could have spoke on Sierra and his situation with his son, and not said nothing about Russell, but he specifically jabbed at Russell. So it's kind of a neither one of them should be doing it.
Right.
So it's like, I know I don't think Russell was right to say we don't need his little coins, but Future has said some things to him also.
Right. So, man, y'all tell us.
Stay out the media. Think, keep it out the media. I would say that.
Right. Y'all tell us what y'all think. How y'all feel about it in the comment section, man. It's, you know, it's petty for real. At the end of the day, on everybody behalf, it's petty because you get what I'm saying. There's children involved, so you know, and it actually takes a lot for the next person to be the bigger man or woman. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, once you get that out of the way, then, you know, everything will run a whole lot smoother. Yep. You know what I mean? There won't be a bunch of bickering and going back and forth and, you know, giving us something to laugh at and be entertained by. You get what I'm saying? Because it's really entertaining. Mm-hmm. It's sensational.
And also, just remember, y'all, we experience people. This is an experience, period, as far as life. Right. But you experience people to learn. If you're experiencing the same type of situations, you're not learning. So you experience people in this life to learn and do better.
Right. Well, okay. Well, Becky, what you got?
Okay. Well, like trending topics, I really didn't have none this week, man. As far as what I did, but I just wanted to touch on what you had, what you came up with. And I don't want to jump into it because I.
Okay. So mine is that so if you're not familiar with this case, in 1998, this guy, three Caucasian men attacked this black man, chained him up to their truck, and drug him 2.5 miles to his death, like alive. And he was alive until they turned the corner, and he was decapitated, his head and I think it was his right arm, by a storm culvert. You know, and they like real life just perpetuated a hate crime on a black man. And so the reason why we are talking about this topic today is because on Wednesday, John William King was executed, you know, for that crime, and it was a hate crime, and it was the worst. I think it was the worst one recorded and mainstream, publicly recognized in the history of the United States. So him, he was the second person to get actually executed for that crime. One of the other guys got life in prison without parole, and in 2011, the other second guy, the third guy, however you want to do it, he got executed for that crime also. So, you know, and it's a wild situation. It happened in Jasper, Texas, and you know, it's
wild, bro. And it make you mad when you think about it, man, because the stuff that we got, us as black people and black men in general, because we already got 2 targets on our back. Me being a black male and I'm being a black person and being a male, I got 2 targets on my back. And for a man to be chained to a truck.
By his feet,
right? And to be dragged a couple miles down the road. When they find his body, the coroner said they can see where he was shifting, trying to let off the concrete off from him being
and holding his hand, like they said, he had his hands on the concrete. So can you imagine, like, if you done fell and scraped your hands just off a bike or just running in the street and scraped your hand? Can you imagine being drugged behind a truck going 60 plus, holding yourself up, trying so your face and your chin won't get.
You lose a finger.
You lose a finger. You gonna lose your hands. You gonna be on another. Like that.
And when they come on, man, that's crazy, man. And what happened to the guy who did that to him? The third party did that to him Wednesday. It ain't enough.
Right. They should have let him stay in there for about 50 years.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
We gonna strap him to one of them city trucks and take them down one of them dirt roads. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
But
with it.
That's crazy.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy. But that's somebody's grandma. That's somebody's son.
Yes.
Uncle, all that.
You know what I mean?
Everything.
Come on, bro. Y'all just, you know what? We gonna drag him. Y'all wanna drag somebody? What?
Just because of the color of his skin,
right.
Man, and you didn't see another human being. You get what I'm saying?
Bro.
So, you know.
And what was even crazy about that situation, and I'm going to cut you out, but it is sickness, it's extreme sickness, right? Is that the city, even in the 90s when it happened, when did it happen in the 90s?
1998.
Yeah, in 1998, I was 7 years old, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was alive. You hear about stuff like this. Well, stuff that's supposed to happen like this back in the 60s and the 50s and the 30s and stuff like this. 1998.
Right. It's still happening now. Yeah. Honestly, in 2019, 18, you know.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's crazy. But anywho, what I was saying is the city was still divided somewhat. Like the black people stayed on this side of the town, the white people stayed on this side of the town. It just so happened that they came across this guy. He was walking or something like that.
He was walking from the church or something. Not the bar, the church.
The church.
Right.
From the church.
Right, not the bar. I'm sorry.
He walking from a church.
Right.
And they threw his wallet. The police first found his dentures. But he's an old man. He wasn't no young man.
Right.
He found some dentures. Yeah. Anywho, whatever. Well, you know what I mean. That's just something that it really. When I hear stuff like that, it bothers me. I mean, because I have a male son, a black male son. And,
right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, we said earlier, I can't walk him through this life. I can't protect him. I only can give him enough to protect himself. But I want to know how to feel. I want to know what to do if I get a phone call. My son was dragged down the street.
You know, see the thing about it.
By a truck.
I think
ain't no jail.
You know
no. Ain't no jail.
The wild thing about that, what you just said, Binky, is that we got to instill a different mentality into from starting with us, this generation, and into our children to like. Man, like stand up stand up for yourself for real, and don't be afraid of nothing. Like you really, when somebody threatening you and threatening your life, you might have to you got to take it there with them, because otherwise you gonna hope and wish and you gonna not defend yourself. I don't want to say that the man didn't defend himself. You get what I'm saying? There was 3 people that jumped on him. Man,
I just know, man, with me, man, I ain't remember, he was an older guy too. Remember, these are young men.
Yeah, I got some with you.
He's 18, 20, they 20, right. 21 now. The guy that they got drugged had dentures.
Right.
So it's a little bit different. He still got old, got old bones, got old man strength. If you punch you or something, put that lock on you. As far as, you know what I mean? Right. But I just, you gotta stand 10 toes firm.
We gotta protect ourselves.
We gotta protect our people and ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been that free.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been that easy. It shouldn't have been tolerated.
Jail. How you on death row since 98 to now?
I think the whole incident, like the whole, the separation, and not even the separation, because I'm not gonna say that, but it shouldn't have been tolerated. As far as how is that 3 people, had that mentality that I see this black man and I can do those things.
I mean, the mentality.
Like, hate is taught. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I ain't gonna even harp on the mentality part about it. Fine, you have the mentality all you want to, but to have the gall and the audacity to even feel like you can get away with it. Mm-hmm. See, that's something that's been pushed out, that you can do stuff to a certain group of people and get away with it. That's the mentality. It's fine if you don't like me because of the color of my skin. Have your opinion.
You cannot like,
right,
not like
because
killing.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. What I'm saying is, you can think what you want to think, but to have the audacity or the wherewithal, or even to feel like, okay, just because I don't like I can actually kill this person and then feel like it's gonna be accepted by everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Now that's the wrong mentality to have.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Like how did they even have that feeling that it was okay?
Because that's the country's. I'm gonna say
it's taught.
That has been the whole history of the United States of America since the beginning. So.
And what it is like from the beginning. Exactly what it's been from the beginning. But what it is what those 3 men family and their generation and what everybody else and what media does, they dehumanize a class of people, which it does. Mm-hmm. And when you see all this stuff happening to us, people don't feel so bad, but because they number thugs,
or
animals, they number hoodlums, and this and that. I'm somebody's son.
So the thing is, for I guess for us to remember is that we have to always be conscious that is the mentality. That's how we are looked upon. You get what I'm saying?
No matter what.
Whatever is A, B, C, and D. So we got to make sure that we change ourselves first, and then change the people, our brothers and sisters, and our children, our mothers and aunties and uncles and everybody around us, and stand up and come together as a group of people, people and humans, black humans. People. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're talking about right now. A certain stereotypical situation. So, Yeah,
and they are all white people not like that though.
No.
You know what I mean? Got some great white people that I personally love. You know what I mean? But
In that situation, it wasn't that though.
It wasn't no love.
No.
Man. It wasn't no love in that situation at all. You know what I mean?
So you know, it's a sickening situation, and it definitely shouldn't be like that. In 2019, we experienced it a whole lot of it in the last 4 years, 5, you know, for the forever.
I say
honestly,
2010.
Right. So
when
you know, it just gotta. It's gonna take a whole mindset shift and a whole. It's gonna take a shift on the spiritual level. Put it like that.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna leave it right there.
Yep.
So next we're gonna get into boss business with Aaron, and y'all stay tuned. And for these sponsors, man, we'll get back with y'all.
Yo, you're back on the couch, and this is Aaron with Boss Biz.
Yeah.
All right, well, this week during Boss Biz, man, what I want to talk about, I just want to talk about time management.
Oh, time management.
Time management, brother. Time management. That is one of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that I'm not too proud to say that I have weaknesses. I have flaws.
Definitely.
Time management is probably the number two thing that I struggle with the most.
Okay, it's probably my number one.
Number one?
Yeah.
I'd probably say number 1, 2, 1.5. Probably number 1, 2, bro.
Yeah.
So that time and being able to really put everything together like I'm supposed to, and really like doing stuff with my free time and where I could be taking care of stuff I could be doing throughout the week, but it's just something I deal with. Okay, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about 8 tips about effective time management and what you can do. I'm just gonna list them. And I'm gonna let y'all know and about what I have done, what I've started to do that I be falling off of, but I'm gonna keep it going and it's gonna catch up what I've done to help me beat that, right? Okay. So the 8 tips of time management, effective tips. What I got was knowing your goals. Okay. What are you trying to do throughout the week? What are you trying to do, short or long? Sit down, write them out, put them in motion, and get them done. Don't push them off, because 2 days will turn, I do it later on today. Later on will turn into next week. Next week turn into 2 years. It's like, oh man, I could have lost all that weight if I would only kept 2 and started to die. This is a year from now. You know what I mean? You got to prioritize wisely. Number 2 is prioritize wisely what you want to do. Right? Don't just jump from thing to thing. Make it flow. Pretty much, you know what I mean? If you know you gotta go grocery shopping, you gotta go to the car wash, you gotta pick up your kids, you gotta stop and get some gas. I would think you need to stop, get some gas at a gas station that you can wash your car, so you can go pick up your kids and or pick up your kids and go grocery shopping and head home. So make it a circle versus picking up your kids, car wash, go get groceries,
damn, and run out of gas.
And run out of gas.
Shit.
Just saying no. Just saying no to the things that you really just know you don't have time for right now. Just say no. I'm like, no. Okay. Plan ahead. Build a cushion for yourself. Right? Build a cushion for yourself when you know that, all right, well, I know I like to do this. I like to take my little time, put my shoes on.
Start 20 minutes ahead of time.
Start 20 minutes ahead of time, so you know when you get there, you're like, okay, well, I built this cushion so I can stop and get me a little bite to eat or something like that. Eliminate distraction. Period. Cut your music off. Cut everything off that can get you to do something else. You hear a song and it make you want to go walk around and do something else. You don't need that. You need to sit down, focus, and do what you need to do. Right? Delegate more often. That means delegate more often.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Right.
And y'all say time management, and that's funny because y'all say time management is y'all thing. Delegation is my thing. I'm good with planning ahead and checklists, but delegation is the toughest one for me.
That's good, right? Watch what you spend, and that goes for like productive minutes, time. Like, okay, if you got a task that you know takes 5 minutes, don't take 15 minutes on it. You can just go ahead and sit down and focus on it and get it done because.
I got some points I want to make. But
that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead,
and make sure you take care of yourself. This is number 8. Make sure you take care of yourself. Get enough sleep. Make sure you get your body going. Make sure you do everything you're supposed to take care of yourself so you can be productive in the next day. That's what the next day or the next couple hours, whatever you need. If you need a power nap, that's what you need to do.
Right.
Those are the 8 tips. So what I do, what I have started to do is, and what I figured out, what helps me best is coming up with a master list. Okay, a master list. I start this master list on Sunday, from Sunday to Sunday. 25 things that I know I need to get done throughout the week. No matter what day I get it done, what hour I get it done, I know at next Sunday, well at 11:59 p.m. Saturday night, I need to have all 25 things checked off so I can have another set of 25 things to do for the following week. Now, I've done that.
Okay.
But I get to like number 8.
I bet you like me. Go ahead.
Yeah, get to number 8 and be like, shh, this really ain't that important right now. Well, I can go ahead, it might not be important right now, but I just need to go ahead and get it done. But I create a master list. It may not, it helps me because it lets me know, okay, well, I need to go get my license renewed. Okay, well, I know I need to make sure I need to get this payment arrangement set up. I'm king payment arrangement to just let y'all know. Right, set that payment arrangement up or whatever it is. Go grocery shopping at the right time, because if you go grocery shopping at the spare of the moment and you don't know what you're shopping for, you'll get home and be like, man, how did I not get ham, cheese, anything else, but I got a sweater.
But you got all the you got the ham and cheese with no bread.
No bread. You're like, oh man. But I got some discount socks though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You home and then you end up putting pennies in the plum in Walmart. They forgot everything.
I need these right here. I need
these on sale.
They got 20 for $1. I need these.
And they have some. Right now, I'm pretty sure they got some of those Canterbury eggs on sale at you. And the other it's only for you and the 2 Nigerians that eat Canterbury eggs.
I'm gonna get all of them.
That's crazy. But that's just what I do. That just helped me. What y'all got? How y'all take care of it?
I think let me go first so you can piggyback. Okay, so me and my brother here got the same affliction. Time management, man, it's like I don't know, it just eludes us. Like we can do everything else, but manage the time correctly. So like my mind, I guess that come with the what they call ADHD.
Right.
And my mind, I have literally so many ideas that I want to do, and I try to do them.
Really great idea.
All at one time. Like, bro, I can do all this. I literally, man, I promise you. Like I said, I told babe, I said, look, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get this degree because college. I mean, I can do college. All I just need to do is to listen to the professor. I don't gotta study. Right. To do my homework. I can do music. I can practice my show. I can produce beats.
Make clothes.
I can do these skits. I can make shirts. I can do all that. Man, I can do that
in 24 hours.
Let me tell you something. Boy, I did a quarter of each, and wasn't nothing getting done. You understand what I'm saying? So for my thing is though, the reason why I feel like time management is a problem because what a lot of people probably don't know about me and probably themselves is that for me, I suffer from anxiety because I put so much on my plate and I want to complete all of it. You get what I'm saying? I put it out in the universe and I have it running through my mind that I create an anxiety situation for myself. And anxiety, procrastination is a symptom of anxiety. From what that's what I feel like. Procrastination is a symptom of anxiety. So what I have to do now is make a list and try to stick with the list. But it's like, man, like I need to see results. I'm conditioned to see results immediately and not. I'm impatient. I want to see. I want to see the result like right away. And so I have to program myself now to say, okay, it takes. In order for me to get to a certain destination, I actually have to take steps to get to that destination. I can't beam myself to the end. So those steps, it might be a million steps to the final goal. I just got to learn patience. So that's something I'm working on. Staying patient, consistent, working, using those lists. Those lists is dope. And that's why I wanted to go first because she's like master list maker and like, oh my God, like it's the most amazing thing. I've never met anybody like that make a list and accomplish the list. Cause I will make a list. I'll make a list. My list might have 176 things on it. Like I don't know. It's gonna be some random stuff in the in between. Like, bro, why you even got that in there? That don't even go with what you
like breathe. Remember to breathe on the lid. Like, you know bro, I hope you doing that.
So like, I see the mansion, right? I'm like, well, I'm gonna build this mansion. And in my mind, I see it, so I immediately want it. When I start, I want to just pop up like the next day. I'm gonna do 2 bricks here, and then on the 3rd day, the whole mansion need to be there.
Plumbing and
see,
lights,
all
that stuff.
I don't see all that. So that's my problem. You get what I'm saying? But look at the. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I don't
have too much.
Look at the bricks. Basically, you have to go brick by brick. You have to build a mansion brick by brick before you can actually have the whole thing. You just saying it ain't ready made. So that's what I'm trying to learn, to look at the bricks instead of the whole picture, because I got the whole picture in my mind. I'm like, man, forget those bricks, bro. Can we just
Can I buy the house and somebody drop it?
I need a genie. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
I mean, I guess that's the thing about like, I'm a brick person. Like, I actually like bricks. I like building things and then seeing them being great.
Okay.
But I think it's great to have somebody who sees the whole vision, you know, also. So I think that's, like, we're pretty good in that way. But I mean, for me, I really couldn't. It was natural for me to do lists, because I couldn't really. I don't know how I would do without them. Like,
how did you learn that though? Like, cause I mean, I was like, I've never met anyone, or maybe I ain't paid attention to them, but like you always did lists.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand. I'm like, bro, I got the list right here. It's there. But they're retarded.
To me, it's so many different things that you have to do. Like, millions of things. Like, you got to pay bills, and you have to pay them a certain time of the month, and things like that. So I would just write that all down. Even create a spreadsheet of this check I'm paying these bills, and this check I'm paying that bill. And then when you want to accomplish something, like we were like, the foundation, you just start from the bottom. Like, you figure out what all it takes to do that particular thing, and break it down into goals. And I think even if you're a person that likes to see immediate results, set short-term goals. So you'll see, hey, let me do this for the day, and you accomplish it, and you're like, oh, you know, I got that done. That's your feel of, you know,
so
I see that I've done something.
So my weekly list need to go from 1,000 to
just simple,
4.
Bro.
Right.
Simple thing, man.
It doesn't need to be things that you know you can't, you know, actually do it. Like, really look at the time it takes to do those things, you know, and account for them. I think.
Okay, cool. So the 8 tips. Can you just go down to just read the bullet points one more time for the people?
One more time for y'all.
And we're gonna try to leave these. We're going to leave these 8 tips on time management in the description. So y'all make sure y'all go and read the description, leave comments, and y'all tell us how y'all manage y'all time. So.
All right. So 1 through 8. Okay. The first one is number 1 is know your goal.
Know your goals. Okay.
Number 2, prioritize wisely. Number 3, just say no. Number 4, plan ahead. Number 5, eliminate distractions. Eliminate distractions. Number 6, delegate more often. Number 7, watch what you spend your time on. And number 8, make sure you take care of yourself.
8 tips. Time management, man. I know.
Time management.
Delegation for me.
Delegate.
That's a tough one.
So
It's tough to delegate. I think y'all are good with that, but I'm not. It's a tough one for me to do.
The wild thing is me and Baker me and Aaron was having a conversation about how, you know, I guess we've been conditioned to the point, conditioned so much to the point that we're even down to the last minute, we actually shine during chaos and at the last minute. I could put it together. I could put a 2-hour project together in 20 minutes for some reason, and it'd be right. I don't know.
And
how
you feel like
absolutely, I'm gonna definitely say that. Like, and I told him, I was like, you are great off the cuff. And since I've been such a list person for so long, off the cuff, to me, I'd be like, you know, deer in the headlights if I had to do something off the cuff. I'm better now, but I've been such a list person my whole life and a planner that I've never really, you know, had the experience. But off the cuff, like, you need to be able to do both.
Yeah. I'm just great situational. Like, I'm just great. Like, you could do.
That's great. Like, that's a great tool to have.
And that's why delegation is good, because we probably, unfortunately, so for one, I'm gonna make 2 points. So one thing is that they say that it's said that if you do something for 21 days straight, you will create a new neural pathway in your brain, which is a habit. and it would stick.
Neural path.
I think that I might have said that. That sound right.
Good.
It sound right.
The T.I. word.
Don't go too hard on me. But y'all know what I'm saying. You do something 21 days straight, then it will stick with you forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You'll create a new habit. But if you know, like us, me and you know what I'm saying? I go about 8 days strong and be like, bro, I forget what the heck I was supposed to be doing. Like, bro, what?
Until it's 30 minutes that it needs to be done. You put out a 17-page essay in 14 minutes.
Right. So, that's the good thing about the delegation. Because I've learned that I got
need that to be a leader.
1,000 ideas. I need 500 people or 1,000 people who are good at these things on at a professional level. Because I also want quality. You don't just necessarily want to hire people. So delegation is an awesome way to help people who can't manage their time better. You just put the right people in the right places,
right,
and you ain't got to do everything yourself. That's just so much easier.
It is.
That's about bossing
take
up.
money though.
Take money and being a boss.
So that's why we here.
Getting it done. We're gonna figure that out. Okay,
Right.
well that's about it. Next, we got Miss Toshoama.
With the level up with Toshoama.
With T-Minus.
Hey.
Y'all stay back in a minute, man.
That's good.
Hey y'all, we're back with Level Up with Toshoama.
Level up with Toshoama.
I just kind of wanted to pick a topic today for us to kind of discuss, and the topic of the day is anxiety.
Oh. Okay.
Anxiety and its root causes, because I'm kind of a root cause type person. You know, anytime there's an issue, I think if you trace it back, it'll help you, kind of figure it out or get over it. So the definition of anxiety. Anxiety is a nervous disorder characterized by a state of excessive uneasiness, apprehension, typically with compulsive behavior or panic attacks. These disorders alter how a person processes emotions and behave, also causing physical symptoms. Mild anxiety might be vague and unsettling, while severe anxiety may seriously affect day-to-day living. So also 40 million people in the United States suffer from anxiety. So I kind of wanted to tackle a couple questions. So is anxiety a real thing, and do some people feel that it's not real, that it's that it's not real? And so one thing I'll say about that is a lot of times people, if it's something that they don't experience themselves, then they can't even relate to. Like I said, I had postpartum. So I had an experience with depression. Now I know, period, if somebody says depression, I know the feeling. So some people just may not experience severe anxiety. So what I do want to say is with anxiety, there's a healthy form of it. We all have it. It's like an innate feeling to even protect yourself. You heart palpitations, you get scared, fear, and then you get a quick reaction or something like that. Say you're in a dangerous situation. So for me, when I was tracing root cause of anxiety, I thought about, hey, what's something that has caused me to have an anxiety thing before doing it? And I'm gonna say it's public speaking. And even what helped me with public speaking was getting into jobs where I actually had to present to other people. So before actually having to present something or talk to clients or something like that, I would have severe heart pounding. I could hear it in my head. And then a little bit of that residual stress would be in my voice, and I speak and be like,
the quivers.
And he'd be like, I'm gonna talk to you later. You gotta clear your voice, my throat's up, I need some water.
Vibrato. And it was about the day crescendo.
Yeah, clear your throat though, so they won't know.
I'm talking like Martin.
Talking to y'all about this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, for me to think about anxiety, and for people who have it on a severe basis all the time, I thought about that feeling that don't go away, you have it, throughout the week you having a lot of those things happen. But then I also said, okay, well, what helped me get over that? I mean, like I said, getting over public speaking was getting thrusted into a job that I actually had to present to people. And what helped me being able to present to them and not be nervous was to prepare. So that I'm a list person, so I, studied everything that I'm supposed to say, studied it in depth to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And so now I don't have those feelings when it comes to that particular thing. So that's one thing when I say, I guess, me tracing the root cause, me putting myself in a person's shoes who probably has it, on a severe basis, and often saying, man, if I felt like that often, it could be debilitating, because I almost couldn't speak because I was feeling a certain way. So that's just me tracing back the root cause, and I think that's just one particular thing, I guess, that you can say about anxiety. But what do you guys have a situation or ever felt, because we all have it, it's a human feeling to have anxiety.
I want to ask a question. Once you go, Bob, if you have something, well, Kiers, if you have something you have to say. I got a question. I just got a question to ask. But I felt it too, though.
Well, you're saying that, so I guess the thing to do to combat anxiety is to go and try to find the root cause of it.
Yes.
And once you find the root cause of it, then you will be aware when anxiety gets to a level to where it makes you unproductive and basically unproductive. Okay, so I mean, like you said, anxiety is probably a part of the human condition, but I think a lot of people suffer from, I guess, acute anxiety or like severe anxiety, which is actually debilitating and can cause you to be unproductive and just cause you to just basically it cripples you. I, for one, can say that I do suffer from anxiety, and if you know me, if you're close to me and you pay attention to me, then you will know that. You probably wouldn't know that it's an anxiety. Right. You would say that, oh man, Q, he procrastinates, or like we touched on in Boss Business with Aaron, time management. And it's not that I can't be on time. It's that I have so many things in place. For one, I may have a bunch of things going on at one time, but say that I have more so a meeting. So the fear of actually putting on, you got to put on, I call it your public face. You get what I'm saying? Where you have to put your mask on. You get what I'm saying? To go out and deal with the whole the whole atmosphere of being around other people and trying to conform to what society has put in place, and maybe say for instance you actually are going to say for instance I'm tasked with giving a speech. Public speaking is something that doesn't necessarily come natural to all people. You actually have to either you are a natural entertainer or a natural speaker, or you're not. Right. And so if you're not a natural speaker, then you have the fear of looking like an idiot, or looking that you're less intelligent because you may understand the process or have the thought, you may have the intellect, but you may not be able to articulate the intellect to a crowd of people, because it's nerve-wracking to speak to talk to a crowd of people. That's just something that a lot of people can't do. So the fact of just having to face that will create an anxiety situation within you, and it goes. Anxiety can compound and then send you into a spiral. Right. You know what I'm saying? And all you can sorts have panic things. Attacks, everything attached to it. So, I mean, like I said, go ahead. Well, for me, go ahead, for me, real quick, thank you. How I guess how I've learned that to deal with certain anxiety situations that may cause anxiety is preparation. Last minute things, like if I'm told the day before that, hey, you have to speak in front of 100 people, or the next day, bro, I need you to sing a song, in front of all these people. I need you to perform. It's a part of me, it's part of my duty as an entertainer to always be prepared, so I could do it. But if you hit me with like saying a song from 1930 that I have never heard before, and I need to learn it within 2 days, and then go and actually perform it and give a quality performance, that will create the worst anxiety within me. Like I will be probably the worst person to talk to up until after the performance. Most of the time that be the most like exciting part of any situation that causes anxiety for me is once it's over, it's done, and I can breathe.
Yeah, you
get what I'm saying? I'm happy, like, yo, I went up there and killed it, but it was the worst up until that point, you know. But preparation for me helps me combat the anxiety that I have.
Did you want to say something, Nico?
Yeah. So I mean, like she said, everybody deals with anxiety at some point. Some may not want to admit it. You know what I mean? Some people are like, well, I don't deal with stuff. Yeah, you do.
Right.
I mean, but me personally, I can talk to people. I have no problem with. When I was younger, I was always intimidated as far as like the anxiety of somebody telling me, no. I mean, being like, being round, nobody like it. You know, stuff like that used to bother me. Until I kicked right around 8th grade and I came into my swamp. So ever since then, I could talk to anybody. I walk up on anybody. Hey, how you doing? That's just my personality. Right. What really, when my anxiety kicks in, exactly like what my brother just said, is waiting till that last moment when I know something is extremely important. It's like do or die. Right. It's like, oh man, I had a whole week to prepare for this, but I didn't let it get down to the last 16 seconds. Right. Now I got it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to perform though. That's when I do some of my best stuff. You know what I mean? But but what really plagues me also too is not being able to control a situation that's getting out of hand. And not knowing what's the next step or what's the next thing that's going to happen, because it could be life altering. I mean, every situation that's serious is very delicate because you don't know what's going to happen. Right. And not being able to predict what's going to happen. That's because I'm a thinker. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I'm very great at thinking. I'm very good at, you know what I mean, doing what I do. But if I can't think about that next step and get to where I'm going, then now it's oh man, I can't think. And then you worry, you get the jitters, your stomach hurt. You're like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. What is this? You know. But other than that, you know, that's the only thing I deal with as far as anxiety. But the question I had to ask though is, the same feeling that you get when anxiety kicks in, like you're jittery, stomach, you're nervous, you're sweating, the same thing. Like when you get angry, the same things happen to you too. When you get extremely angry and you just like you can't talk. You're stumbling over your words. You're like,
you might not be able to understand if I speak, you know, at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
So would anger be like a different type of anxiety, or would it be you know what I mean? Like I'm so mad I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, how do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of a complex question. Boom.
Okay, so anger. And how is the anger being used in like what type of situation, like a life and death situation? Because if it's a life and death situation, then I think
it's kind of what anxiety is made for. If it's a life and death situation, to help you.
Well, it's
kind of help me.
Wait. Well, anxiety. What's the definition of anxiety again? If you read it from me again, because I feel like fear is made for life and death situations.
I think fear causes hesitation.
No, well,
but you need it to survive, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
need fear. A certain level of fear is needed for survival. But overly fearful can even have you stuck, like life or death, like a bear.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
like
like for real life or death, like a bear on your ass. Either you gonna run,
what could you do,
or you gonna fight, which inevitably, you know, might.
But
what I'm saying is, you saying about anxiety, so I'm trying to ask what's the definition of
anxiety is a nervous disorder characterized by a state of excessive uneasiness and apprehension, typically with compulsive behavior or panic attacks.
So,
I guess
with anger though, Ben, you get what I'm saying? Like
I understand exactly what you said, but I just want to, because it's the same symptom, the same exact thing what's to some people. Because when I get extremely upset, like I stumble over my words and I can't put my thoughts together, and I'm really like.
But you ain't scared though.
No,
anxiety is almost like you're too scared to face it.
Okay, well, all right.
But anger, like
You
trying to keep yourself from doing something that you might regret later. I think that's kind of
okay. All right, well that's just a simple question I just want to ask. That's all.
That's good.
That's a good question though.
But like I said, I feel like with any issue that you have, you know, especially anxiety or anything, you know, if you have a feeling when, you know, anytime you have that feeling, try to trace it back to the root cause of it. You know, why is it happening? Is it a childhood trauma? Could it be because of bullying, you know, from adults or kids, because, you know, adults bully as well, or having, like you said, to conform to society standards, like feeling like you can't be yourself when you go to certain places because of reactions from other people.
Right.
So just, I feel like tracing those things back will help you figure out what it is and kind of move forward. Also, I'll say, listen to your body. Like, say you get anxiety every time you go to work. So, I mean, and it's a constant thing to where, like, yeah, it ain't no, like, what do you, I'm walking to this job and I'm having anxiety. So trace that back. Why is it? Do you love this job? Like, is it something that, you know, you should have a healthy amount of anxiety to where is.
But it shouldn't be criminal.
Oh, I gotta learn this because I want to achieve something else, but not. This job doesn't align with my purpose. So that may be why you're feeling anxiety when it comes to walking to a specific job. So some of the things is, I think you should always listen to your body, period. But if it's something like that, anxiety when you come towards a person or something like that, or where a specific person is, what is it about that person that makes you feel anxiety? Just kind of dive into it. Don't just have those feelings and not think about why am I having those feelings.
Okay.
So I think definitely, like I said, listen to your body and do like what's best for you, what will help you in that situation. If this job is terrible, don't go quitting your job, you know, outright, but find something that you love, you know. Start working towards that. Right. And anytime you find your passion and start working towards it, and this is your purpose, you're going to see things around you move to help you get to that. So you can just find out what it is. Did y'all have anything else about anxiety?
So basically find the root cause. If you want to combat anxiety, find the root cause. Okay, cool.
Yep. So that's it with Level Up with Toshoama, and we're gonna be back with Health Minute with Kiers.
Health Minute with Q.
Let's get it. Alright, y'all. So we're back with the Health Minute with Kiers, man.
Q money, baby.
So far we've been having a great show. You dig what I'm saying? And we're going to get right into it. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so today's health topic is going to be about fluoride. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of facts real quick, and then we're going to get into some ways of why fluoride can be beneficial and detrimental to your health. So in the 1940s, it was mandated that compounds containing fluoride minerals were added to the community water supplies within the United States. And the reason why they did that is because they found that fluoride could help with cavities and tooth decay. Fast forwarding to like 50 years ahead from that point, over the time, studies were done and tests were taken on the water supplies to see if actually consuming fluoride, the way we consume it, as much as we consume it, was actually more beneficial to our health. And it came to be that fluoride actually consumed in excessive amounts is actually detrimental. It can cause your teeth to become brittle. It can cause your bones to become brittle. It can cause excessive cellular growth in your skeletal structure, meaning that it will disfigure you. You get what I'm saying? So it actually can be very detrimental to your health, and also called fluorosis, which is either from light white stains on your teeth. You ever seen somebody with white spots on their teeth? That come from over fluoridation and it consuming too much fluoride, and also can pitch your teeth out. So basically, give you brittle teeth and brittle bones. So it's, you know.
Breaking like that,
Yeah, man.
I swear to God, bro. Like, I just chip it off, and I brush my teeth fake about 3 times a day, bro.
Man, look. You know,
I mean, because you said in your skull. What now? What?
Everywhere, like your skeletal structure.
That's what I'm saying.
You got a weak skull.
Would that alter your DNA and then your offspring had to mess up stuff? Or you like one of you wake up in the next day like, damn, I'm just be soft right here.
The soft spot done came back. Hey,
you got a soft spot. You get soft spot.
Make a soft spot come back in your head. Man, touch your head, boy. Get your head on top of my head like that, bro. My
oh, baby head. Hey, feet head. Like that soft spot right here. I ain't no for be angry when that spot be soft right there.
Squish your head, boy. Hey, relax, bro. I know your. Go ahead, man. Yeah, man. But it was shown that, you know, fluoride is a good topical agent. It actually helps your teeth. So with advancements in technology with dental care, which is adding fluoride to your toothpaste and your dental products, then there's no added benefits by consuming fluoride. It's more detrimental. So the thing is you know, it's a lot of advocating about taking fluoride out of your actual water supply, because like I said, consuming it doesn't add any more helpful benefits to your life. It's actually detrimental, especially if you drink a lot of water and you don't take it through any kind of filtration process, and you get an excessive amount of fluoride, then it could be detrimental to your health.
So does like our city, do they filter out the fluoride, bro, or do they use the fluoride to treat our water?
Well, every city, as from what I understand, the United States, they actually add fluoride to the community water supply.
And they know it could be detrimental if you take too much of it.
Well, see, it hasn't been passed by legislature yet. That, you know, it has to be on a massive scale to where they actually find evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like has to be, you know how law works.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't explain it, but I'm just that.
Right, yeah, wow. It's all the way wild. A lot of people don't know. That's just like them vaccines we were talking about.
Hey, that's crazy. Oh man, y'all need to look into that. Go ahead, my bad.
We're gonna talk about that next week. Right. So, like I said, and if you can do, it's plenty of information out there on the web of studies that have been done to show you that, you know, fluoride is a good topical. Topical mean on your top of your bones, and only place that your bones are exposed is where?
In your mouth.
In your mouth. You get what I'm saying? Everywhere else, you know, it's not necessary to consume such an excessive amount of fluoride. So go online, just look up fluoride poisoning, or just the pros and cons of fluoridation of your water supply, and I guarantee you'll come across a slew of information, and you make your own determination. But what I'm gonna say is, right now today, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of solutions as to how you can combat, how you can filter out the fluoride and other harmful chemicals that are added to your water, you know, and basically, so all right, let me get to it. So you can buy osmosis. You can do a reverse osmosis. So let me reach out with reverse osmosis. Do you know what reverse osmosis is?
No, is it a machine?
It is actual.
It's
actual number of filters. So I guess you could say it's a machine. Okay. But it's like 2 or 3 filters, or whoever the company, however they go about building their filters up. It filters out everything up to a 99% concentration. It removes 99% of the minerals and particles that actually come in your regular drinking water, up to the actual natural minerals that you actually need in the water. But so what you have to do once you take your water through a reverse osmosis process, you actually have to put the natural minerals back into the water. You get what I'm saying?
Man, for a cup of ice water.
You might be drinking council or something though. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole thing behind it. You get what I'm saying? So not only are you taking out fluoride, there's some other stuff that I ain't even hit on.
I know magnesium in it too, huh?
You know, magnesium, probably a little bit of trace arsenic. You know, that's detrimental to humans, bro. Period. But
look, it ain't. You know, I ain't mean to cut y'all, but you know, water got like a little taste to it.
It's a reason why.
City water got that good taste, like a little taste to it.
It's a reason why. Let me tell you. It is.
Alkaline water is nasty to me.
That's what I was finna get at. So the thing is that if you use reverse osmosis on your water and it takes all the natural minerals out, the water becomes bitter because you're used to the minerals that's in the water, little salt and other little trace minerals that naturally come in water from like washing across the rocks and stuff off the mountains. That make the water taste how it tastes, and it tastes delicious. But when you take that out, you know, it's said that it makes the water bitter. And if you consume too much of it, what happens is the water will naturally suck the minerals out of your body so it can stabilize itself. So if you drink you can't drink pure water. I want y'all to understand this. You do reverse osmosis on your water, make sure that you get the packets to put the actual minerals back into your water, because if you try to drink too much of it, it will make you really sick because water wants to stabilize itself. It will leach the minerals out of your body, the salt and whatever other minerals, just to stabilize itself. So you can't drink pure water.
Wow.
You get crazy every day. You can't even. I can't even drink from scratch water.
It's wild.
And I got to dump some packets back in there.
So look, check me out. So you got a couple of options. You got fluoride filters. They can range from cheap, or if you consider this cheap, $110 to fairly expensive, which is $115. If you want to bet your life on it, you know, save up you a few $100 and get you one in that mid range. You know, you get the better filtration quality, and also you could go the even further route and go with the reverse osmosis. Like I said, and that's a little bit more. That's actually quite a bit more expensive than the fluoride filters, because it removes up to 99% of the fluoride in your water.
That's good. You ever seen the little filter pens that they would hand over to Africa, where they put the little pens in the water, like a little straw?
No, you're right. That's dang. What is we need to find out what's the name of that.
We'll talk about that next week too.
That's dope. Y'all. I mean, y'all got anything to say?
No, that's good, bro. You just told me I just learned something new today, though. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. You can't even drink from scratch water because it'll suck all the good stuff out your body.
I missed the point though. One more point I want to make is that we're gonna go on here to touch on a little bit of spirituality. If you're into matter of fact, before I get into that, we're gonna go into some science. We're gonna talk about the pineal gland, which is part of the endocrine system, which we're gonna say that the pineal gland is an organ that regulates melatonin and reproductive hormones. And what fluoride is said to do is to calcify that organ. The pineal gland is a small pine cone shaped gland, right, like in the base of your brain. It's basically, you get what I'm saying. And
we have it.
Right, everybody, every human has it.
The pineal gland?
Right, has a pineal gland.
Does that make melanin?
It makes melatonin.
Melatonin.
Right.
Okay, think about it like this. Do you think, this is a question, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Would you think that fluoride in the water that in like low dense or probably stricken the poor areas in the city, do you think that the water have more fluoride than another side of town?
Sir, that may be actually quite possible. You know, that take us doing some studying. But I know what you're getting at.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly
what
you're getting at.
If it does that, because you just told me, you gave me that.
I know exactly what you're getting at. But that takes some studying. But so if you know anything about, so that's the scientific portion of it. If you're into esoterics and you're into spirituality, you know that your pineal gland is also connected to your sixth chakra. Right, chakra, however you want to say it. And that basically, you know, your third eye, sixth chakra or your third eye. Your third eye helps you see what can't be visibly seen by your two regular eyes that you're born with all three, okay, but your two eyes that see on a I guess a physical level, what's actually tangible and able to touch. Your third eye see what is unseen by the eyes. You understand? So if your pineal gland is calcified, then you can be basically duped into seeing something that or believing or not seeing. Basically, it would be harder for you to see what is hidden from you. You get what I'm saying? But the more worked out your pineal gland like every other muscle, the more you work it out, and the more you protect it, and the more you cultivate it, the better off you are, and the more you're able to see what is unseen to your regular eyes, basically. So your third eye is directly connected to your pineal gland. Fluoride is said to calcify the pineal gland, so you want to protect that at all costs.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to defluorinate your water. Brush your teeth, but don't consume it.
I was heard that makes sense when I told you, mom was like, look,
don't swallow that toothpaste.
Just spit the toothpaste out, sir. My baby stays swallowing that toothpaste. He ridiculous. Good.
Good, man. But I mean, you got anything y'all want to add to it? Y'all ever drunk some water and it had you feeling like, just you feeling weird later or something like that? Like you disconnected or something like that?
Bro, the water in another city, the water in another city, like next to I'm gonna say the water in Phoenix City.
Right.
It ain't treated like the water in Columbus.
What talk to me.
Like I said, I work in Phoenix City, bro. So I'm trying to do the water taste different,
What
bro.
that water taste like?
Dirt, straight up.
They got the dirt still in it.
You be like, damn, man.
So you can let it settle. You might see like they might.
I drank all my water. I drank all my water for a Pacific in a white styrofoam cup.
Okay.
I wipe my styrofoam cup in the car right now. I start drinking my water because I want to see the tint of my water.
The tint of the water.
I keep getting like
this little stain on your cup.
like that little soul glow, orange, little soul glow, like Bruce Leroy glow in that water. Finish. You like, damn. I'm still drinking.
Got a little clay on it, a little clay minerals on it.
Can I ask some questions, I guess?
Go ahead. What you got, baby?
So, I don't too much, I guess, drink tap water now.
Okay. Right.
But so is it good? Like with bottled water, what's in
So, just.
Yeah,
That's the question?
I want people to.
All right,
people who drink like tons of bottled water, or either water from the refrigerator that's supposed to be filtered.
So the thing about bottled water is, if YouTube and Google is a godsend, but also beyond that, you can do your own test if you really
get some strips.
If you're really serious about it. But like you said, so bottled water, from my research, actually isn't any better than the tap water.
Okay. Nope. Yep. I wanted people to for people who think that I drink bottled water, so I'm safe.
Right.
Want to be
do your research on the bottled water that you're drinking. Some bottled water they actually take the time out to actually make it better. But from my research and from what I've seen, this is pretty much the same stuff that you get out of your tap. They might do a little something. They might be somebody back there just with a sink just.
Running good sweatshop,
filling your bottle of water up with the tap,
with a Kool-Aid jug.
It's good, sprinkle a little salt in that thing and then make it
with them pop tops.
Right. So
like them Captain D's sweet tea, they put them pop tops on it.
Ow!
Put them out there, man. $1 water. $1 water.
Okay, yeah, that was it. This is for people who drink bottled water.
That was a good question.
Water from their filtered refrigerator.
Hey, ain't nothing like that good outside hose water.
Oh,
you go outside, you stay outside. Ain't no being in the house, raining, messing up the houses. You go play in the summer, you get water hose and drink water hose.
They had to tell me
or from the spigot.
Water run through.
Hey, now listen, let me explain. So I didn't realize that. I just got into doing cultivating my yard and getting back, trying to get out in the nature a little bit more. Bro, I learned something. You cut that water on first of all, I done cut the water on and seen like 4 spiders fly at that thing. I don't hate spiders, but I don't want a spider bite my lips and nothing like that.
I actually been bit by a spider.
On your lip?
On my leg, man. Mama had to take me to the man. He thought it was a wingworm, bro, but it kept growing, bro. Yeah. And the people like, he's been bit by a spider, man. So,
let that water
about a whole week, man. That thing had got on my leg, man. So I was gone. They had ate the skin out.
How they got what they do with it?
They had to put some cream in to get a shot and everything, man. It's a wingworm. Put that cream on it. That wingworm.
Put the cream on it.
She put the cream on it, man, but it was like soup. Like little, man. I was like a little, man.
You had that soft spot on your leg like that.
Ain't a soft spot. You be like, man, I got the baby skull leg, man. And they took me and let me know, man, I got bit by a spider, man.
Wow.
Hey.
So the spider's so serious, man, but I didn't know. Ain't nobody tell me about letting the water run.
You hit the water right off.
I'm hitting it hot with the. You not know that that water come out brown too.
I don't know if it's the same. I'm saying water. See, if you don't know
man.
that I have the sprinkler set on the end of the thing. Mold and fungus grow in the water because it be water still sitting in there, so fungus grow in and bacteria and everything. So let
that's
that water
what make it taste good.
Let that make your system. See, that's why you don't need no vaccine. You just drink that little bit of that water right there. You can be strong.
One more type of water.
Fungal treatment.
One more type of water. Oh, what about the water that people heat to a certain temperature and they be like, if it's hot, then it's good to go. Then you put. Well, if you put ice,
No, you can. So from what I understand, you got this. Boil your water. Boil your water
right.
when it's and I think that if you take it to a certain
then
point,
it's good. You can boil water and put it in the refrigerator and then you can drink it.
We can try it. That's what they say.
Okay. I'm just trying to give them,
Man, by that time, man, I'm man, I'm drinking it. But I'm gonna get me. I've been thinking about getting a real deal filter, man. But we're gonna talk more about those experiences.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, don't drink the water out the faucet without running.
I ain't gonna never do myself like that. But I'm not gonna not do myself like that. That's how you really do it.
You hit it just straight.
No, I do not.
You did?
Nah,
You never hit the faucet?
Oh, when I was little?
Yeah.
When I was young, I used to hit the water hole.
I hit the water hole right now. That's what y'all talking about.
I you gotta know. See, look, if you ain't been out there. If you ain't been out there doing it, you might forget that you gotta let it roll for a second.
And you can come back.
Or the school water fountains.
The school water, what about?
I mean, I wonder what that water.
Wait, what?
When I was little, the kids in the school water fountains, they was put their mouth in and suck the water out of them.
You ever seen what it looked like around the
Yeah, but they still do it.
I be telling the advertiser, hey bro, don't do that on the water fountain, bro. I want a little water too, bro.
Right. They don't do that.
I can't even drink
Why would you put your tongue on the little water?
They would, yeah.
They were practicing for being nasty when they were low.
Like, bro, look, bro. I'm McGlass in class. Remember that water fountain by McGlass in class? Who? McGlass and McHuman and McBride.
Oh, yeah.
And then McRock, man, that water fountain, man, he used to lick on that water fountain so good.
What you doing, bro?
You should couple something. I was in the third grade telling me, hey, bro, don't put your mouth on it. I gotta get
You don't tell them not to do it,
Stop it.
Hey, let me go first.
Don't do that.
Why you on it like that?
Oh, and they got that little crud around the little.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Put your mouth on
and they
it.
still would do it.
I don't want none, man. Can you get me a bottle of water, cup of water, or something? Give me a cup or something. No, they love me. But yeah, that's all though, man. That was alright, man.
Yeah.
Alright, man. So, fluoride is said to be excessive. Fluoride is said to be detrimental to your health if you consume it in excess. So get y'all some fluoride filters. If you are financially fortunate enough, get you a reverse osmosis process going in your house. Make sure you put those natural minerals back in, because you drink about 4-5 gallons of pure water, you might not make it to the next day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm about to tell you that if you drink some real pure clean water.
Right. You can't drink it. It leaches the minerals out your body.
That's crazy.
That's why I wouldn't know that if I hadn't read. I'd have been like, why can't the water be pure?
I gotta dump some packets back in. That's how you know everything messed up.
For real, man.
How you know? You know what I mean? I mean, we don't want to go talk about that. That's how you know everything messed up. But okay.
So that's it, guys. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all rolling with us. This has been episode 4 of On the Couch.
On the couch.
The 4 for 4.
And we'll see y'all next week.
If y'all got something y'all want to talk about or for us to expand on, hit us up at On the Couch podcast @gmail.com.
On the couch.
Also,
podcast
make sure y'all comment in the comment section on each one of the topics. Let us know how y'all feel about it. What can we improve on?
Right.
And we'd love to hear from y'all. Businesses, if you would like to be a sponsor or get some ad space, On the Couch podcast @gmail.com. We would love to hear from y'all, and we appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely, this too. I just want to drop this real quick disclaimer about Sierra, what we talked about earlier today. To tell y'all, I ain't against Sierra, and I want all y'all to know it's just my opinion. Okay, so I ain't against Sierra.
What the thing was, I said we gonna keep going.
No, we not.
It's cool. We
bullying Sierra or Future.
Okay, no bullying.
Russell can get it.
Hey,
I'm just playing.
y'all see y'all next week, man.